Hi boys and girls, welcome to reading. This week in reading we're starting our Unit 4 book, K.4, and we are talking about the long and the short O sound. So now we're going to work on that a little bit more, and then tomorrow we're going to start on a story. So let's go ahead and look at some long and short O sounds. Now first of all, let's circle this. This is a box. And I'm sorry, we're on page 19. We're on page 19. So we've circled the box. Now, does box have the long or short O sound? Remember, the short sound is ah, 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 ah. And the long sound is o, 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 o. So does that have the ah sound in the middle or o sound? Box. Let's split apart the sounds. B, ox. That is the short O sound. Okay, so on the first row, on these four, we're going to look for the ones that the things that have the short O sound and circle them. Okay, so box. How about this? What is that? That's a sock. Is that the short ah sound or the long O sound? O, s, ox. Or we could say ock. That is the short O sound. So we're going to circle that. All right. How about this? What is that? That's right. That is a cat. Now, is there a long or short O sound in the middle of that? Let's split apart the sounds. K, a, t. What sound is in the middle of that? A. That's not O, is it? That's A. So we're not going to circle that one. How about this? What is that? That is a mop. Let's split the sounds apart. M, ah, p. Do you hear the short O sound or the long O sound? Ah. That's right. That is the short O sound. So we're going to circle the mop. All right. So now on the bottom row, that is a house. And that is the long O sound. So there's the O sound there. House. So we're going to circle that and look for other things with the long O sound. Okay. How about rose? Do you hear ah or o, r, o? That's right. That is the long O sound. I'm going to circle that. Okay. Now, how about this? What is that? That is a cone. Let's split the sounds apart and let's segment that. K, o, n. You hear that? That is the long O sound. So we're going to circle the cone. How about that? What is that? That is a pan. Let's split the sounds apart. P, an, n. Do you hear the long or the short O sound? P, an, n. That's right. That does not have an O sound. That is the A sound. So we're not going to circle that one. All right. Now that we're done with this page, let's turn the page to page 20. And we're looking for we're talking about long and short O still. And we are tracing that O. Ox. That is the short O sound. And then this O and this E. Home. Oh, that is the long O sound. So what we're going to do on this one, we're going to fill in the bubbles underneath the objects that have not the short, but the long O sound. So I'm going to go ahead and just circle this as a reminder. We're looking for the long O sound. Okay, not ah, but O. Okay, how about this cone? Does that have it? The long O sound, O. It sure does. We can fill that in. You can do that with your pencil or a crayon. Okay. How about this? What is that? That's a pot. Let's split the sounds apart and give a good listen. P, ot. That is an O sound, but it's not the long O sound. It's the short O sound, just like fox. So we're not going to fill that one in. How about the next one? That is a mop. Let's split it apart. M, ah, p. Is that O Long O sound or short? That is short O sound. We leave that one alone. Okay, how about this? This is a dog. Let's split the sounds apart. D, A, G. Is it O or Ah? It's Ah. That is the short O sound, and we're not going to fill that in. This is a nose, isn't it? Let's listen to the sounds. N, O, S. Is there a O sound or Ah sound? There is a long O sound. Nose. Just like home. So we're filling that in. All right. And then how about this? We reviewed it before. Let's review it again. That's a box. Let's split it apart. B-ox. Is that O or Ah? That's not a box. That would be a long O sound. B-oaks. It's a box. And that is a short O sound. And we're not going to fill that in. Very good. All right, boys and girls. Now we're going to take a look at this page. And we're going to read some sentences. We're going to talk about these three words, vocabulary words. This is find. Everybody say find. This is over. Go ahead and say over. And this is again. Okay? Now what do these words mean? Find. Find means to, sometimes when you're looking for something, and when you finally see it, you find it. You find something. Okay? And then over, what does that mean? Over. Sometimes that means going over a bridge. Sometimes you could say over here, come over here. And then again. What does that mean? That means a second time or a third time or a fourth time. I went to the store again. I went to that restaurant again. I'm going to school again. I'm doing my work again. Okay? So now, let's go ahead and read the sentences. And then we're going to look for these words here in the sentences. And then we're going to choose one of the vocabulary words to write down. So let's go ahead and read. Go ahead and put your finger on the first word. It says he. Okay. Next word can. Next word look. The next word over. The next word here. Okay. He can look over here. The next sentence, he is going to look again. And the last sentence, will he find her? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and read all three sentences again, a little bit quicker. He can look over here. He is going to look again. Will he find her? All right. So boys and girls, let's look at these three words again, and we're going to try to find them here in the text of our short story here, of the sentences. Find, over, again. I can see that they've already put some dots for us to underline over. That is that word right there, over. And what else? We're looking for find, again. He is going to look again. There's again. Will he find her? All right, so we have over, again, and find. Now, boys and girls, we're going to choose one of these words that we have underlined, and then we're going to write that word right here, okay? Now, remember, we're using our top, mid, and bottom line as we are writing the words. So I'm going to go ahead and choose find. You can choose whichever one you want. I'm going to choose find, okay? So for find, start here, go all the way down, just like kind of like a candy cane. And then across on the midline, that is a lowercase f. And then the next letter is I. We're going to do a lowercase I. Start at the midline, down to the bottom line, and a dot right there. And then the N, lowercase n, start at the midline, pull down, and then back and around here. Okay, and then the D. Remember the D looks this way to the left. The bubble goes this way. So we're going to start here and make kind of a, you could go actually all the way around if you'd like, or some people just go to about here. But you can make a circle and then start at the top line, pull all the way through, down to the bottom line. F-I-N-D, find. All right, boys and girls, so we're going to select one of those words to write. And we have done our work for today in reading. I'm just going to turn the page. We're not going to do it today, but starting tomorrow, we're going to read this story right here, On the Run. We're going to have fun reading the story and looking for some words with a long O sound. Boys and girls, thank you for joining me today for reading.